Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. Are you seeing him? And I'm excited to be here tonight because we are back with episode 13, and the full cast is with me tonight. Cast, how y'all doing tonight on this very warm autumn night where I'm still drinking coffee for some reason?
Rock on.
Rock on.
Wild rock on.
Inconsiderate.
So for those of you who aren't on our Discord and not listening to the podcast, last episode there was a brief moment where Dorlen had a recording of Kaeko that turned into a remix, and I challenged people to make a remix of it, and little did I know that Krista would go ahead and do that for me. It is available right now on Spotify and anywhere else that you listen to our podcast, and in our Discord. The link is as well. I can't play it on YouTube, but yeah, go check that out. It's
I'll probably throw it up on our TikTok as well. I need to put some video to it first.
That sounds good. If anybody wants to do, you know what, my next thing that I want either Kaeko or Dorlen sitting at a book, listening to headphones, just like lo-fi beats.
Oh my!
Like, I want someone to draw that so much. I would probably pay to get that commissioned, but if someone wants to draw it for free, that's even better.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be great? So
Very good.
Anyway, go check it out. It is a ridiculous one. It is a ridiculous, wonderful mix. And because of that, Krista, you're going to start the game with a point of inspiration.
Yes, thank you.
Because you earned it, baby. All right, so folks, welcome. We're gonna do some quick announcements. We're gonna pass around and do some introduction. Let's do introductions first, then I'll do announcements, then we'll start game. So why don't we go in a reverse circle today, and let's start with our new party member, Christine.
Hello, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and I am joining the game with Zanata Vosh, our orc fighter. I had to think for a minute of what she was.
You've got too many characters. All right.
She's pretty cool. Unfortunately, you're not getting green hands today. It's too warm.
It's true.
You can make do.
All right. So over to Caitlin.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I would be playing Zarya Rain, the cleric, or the party's cleric. Oh my god, and my brain is not here, nor is my actual makeup with me.
I put a filter on you. They don't
Today
know.
is one of those days. Oh, perfect. Oh, shush. All right, I won't say
Shh. You're just
But if I'm looking a little bit different, that's why. Yeah, but I'm really excited to be here, and let's do this. I'm just feeling a little quite under the weather today, so.
Well, thank you for still managing to make it to game.
No worries. Of course.
All right. Let's go over to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I use he, him, or they pronouns, and I play Dorlen, the hyper-not-focused gnome artificer, who is now apparently a DJ. It's amazing. Thanks to Krista for DJing me.
You DJ'd yourself.
You well deserved it.
Nice.
And for Robin for the material.
Yeah. Very good.
All right, let's go over to Krista.
Hello, I'm Krista. I use they, them, or she, her pronouns, and I am playing Sabina Morden, our Beastmaster Ranger, who is Lotus and Halfling, and her beast companion, Dax, the Moorbounder. And I was having not a great day, and then my mom made me a Lunchables-style charcuterie board, and then picked my day right up. Sometimes living with your parents is great.
Oh, the millennial dream. I want
Isn't it
charcuterie.
just? The other day she made a banana hot dog. So it was a hot dog bun with a banana with peanut butter and chocolate chips.
Dude, like, there is every time I would go to the gym, there would be on the monitor like, make a healthy snack for yourself. Make sushi out of a banana and peanut butter. Like, and now that's all I can think about when I see bananas. It's just cutting
Your
them
mom
up.
sounds just as sweet as you.
My mother is sweeter than I am, and a kindergarten teacher. She just retired from teaching kindergarten for 30 years. So she has the patience of a saint and very good ideas.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
maybe you'll just sweeten with age.
Maybe that's it. the opposite of a wine.
Yeah. Maybe? I don't know. Let's find out. Robin.
Hi.
Robin can tell us.
Robin's a wine master. Let's find out.
Yeah, sweetness doesn't necessarily disperse over time, but you will actually drop acid, so a wine could be perceived as slightly more sweet. Not really, but it's kind of more like it'll just seem less tart over time. So because the acid will fall out, and that's
But if you
what
drop acid,
like, the
you won't
sediment
care.
on the bottom of your bottle is.
You'll be too
It's
busy
true.
tripping out.
It's true. It's true.
Well, gotta tag
yes,
that
I am-
casual drug reference on YouTube now.
But yes, I am Robin. I use she, her. All right.
No, go. Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh,
Yay,
thank you.
happy birthday, Robin.
Happy birthday.
That was a really nice way to end my birthday, Krista. Guessing that was amazing. I was like, that was great. It was
I sent it
fantastic.
with no, like, this is what I'm sending you. It was like, I'm just gonna put that
Leave
there.
this here.
Slide that
I'm
on
just gonna
there.
leave this here.
So anyway, please.
But yes, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing our favorite barbarian, Kaeko Skaar, our Goliath barbarian.
Fantastic. All right, a couple quick announcements before we begin. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m., a little earlier than usual, we are doing session 0 of our brand new campaign, Spelljammer Light of... You know, I still don't know how to pronounce it, but it starts with an X, and it's like Zarixis. I'll know by tomorrow night, because the book is literally on its way to my house right now. But
Xerxes sounds right.
Zarixis, something like that. It's probably like it's Elven, so it's probably like, you know, Fruitopia. Like, who knows how it's pronounced? The light of Fruitopia. And all of the elves shall sound like this. This is astral elves. They all sound like Dudley Do Right.
Zarxis,
Zarxis? Is that how
according to a
Zarxis?
GM's perspective.
Thank you. I needed a GM's perspective on that word.
Don't we all?
So that's going to be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So join us. It'll be a couple of hours of session 0. You get to meet the cast there, who I put up a little teaser graphic for. I'll drop the actual like cast graphic later tonight on our Patreon and tomorrow morning on our Discord, so that you'll all be on the know. It's going to be a fantastic little game. It's apparently like very inspired by Flash Gordon. And I'm very excited for that. Also, if you want to help determine some of the things that are happening in the future here, reminder that if you go to our Discord, there is a current poll up inside of our schedule and updates category right at the top there that is taking polls to see what kind of games you guys want from us. Right now, strangely, actually very surprisingly to me, our homebrew is winning by a substantive amount.
I voted for that.
Right? It's weird.
I was like, what do I want to possibly play in? That.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, and on it, like that's I think I forget who said it in the chat, but it was, you know, the people that are in our Discord and that are regularly participating are the ones that, like, yeah, sure, you might have got drawn in by the big modules, but the people that stick around love it because of you and your storytelling ability, and thus us that play along with you. But it's more about your take on things. So why wouldn't someone want your
That's
base
fair.
piece?
I've got 3 upcoming ideas for campaigns that I will go over during a different time, but they're pretty rad actually. So thank you very much. Go vote though. Go to the Discord. It's a really nice place. Great for advice, great for feedback on modules like if you're running this one, and some other modules that I really want to run in the future. I'm really interested in running Out of Darkness, or pardon me, Out of the Abyss, and some other ones. I think that could be a lot of fun with the right crew. Once I just got to get people who are okay with escaping from imprisonment, because that's a big theme. Not everybody is fine for that type of adventure, you know, like not everybody really loves it. All right, and then the last thing that I have to say to y'all, besides that I love you very much, is that this weekend is our Extra Life Extravaganza. It is Extra Life Tabletop Appreciation Weekend, starting at noon on Friday. We are running 13 games over 3 days. I'm going to be kicking things off at noon with Varsity, the anime sports anime role-playing game. It's a volleyball game. I don't even know how I'm going to run it. It's going to be ridiculous. We've got tons of other games. Krista, you're running the Quiet Year again and something else. Robin is running an intro to the Radiant Citadel. So if you are interested in that module and might want to bully us into like running that, definitely show up at that. Bring a lot of love.
By intro, I mean like I'm not gonna follow any of the actual modules in case we run it. I'm just using the setting as the start, and then I'm hoping the donations will
shape the way.
Exactly.
So, and then we've got like 13 adventures. We've got like all sorts of stuff. Blades in the Dark is running at a certain point. A game with a Pokemon game is running, like a Pokemon role-playing game is running. Of course, you'll be seeing the return of Lark and Flame. If you like the disaster games that Amy runs, they'll be back. And it's going to be a lot of fun. All the money, of course, is going to the BC Children's Hospital or Children's Miracle Network, depending on which player you go to. And you can donate for that anytime. Basically, as soon as we are able to snag our spot every year, we do. So you can always find that at extralife.org/teams/ is it team or teams? Team/Dorktales.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Actually, Robin just posted it. So even
I just posted. We still have the current link is working, so that's good.
So,
nice.
Even if you were listening on Spotify, even if you were listening on podcast, even if you were listening on YouTube, please donate. It's all tax deductible if you are in North America or Canada. I'm not sure beyond that, but all the money goes to help sick kids. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and those videos will be posted on YouTube within a week or so. Afterwards, it does take a little bit of time to edit that many videos, and I have a book deadline due the week after Extra Life, so it's going to be tight. As you can see, this is my second cup of coffee because I can't sleep tonight. Let's go. This is going to be a really fun session 0 tomorrow. Welcome to the light of the dark.
Woo!
And AGM's perspective corrected themselves for that. They mistyped.
Oh, how is it?
It is Zarixis.
Zarixis.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Zarixis, yeah.
That's a weird one. Okay. All right. So with that intro out of the way, tonight's game is going to be a little more streamlined because it is a little warm and I know a couple of the players are not feeling well. So let's jump into it. We're not going to do a talk to the chat, probably. I don't think we are, but we will take our normal break. With that in mind, let us get ready to go. Does anybody have any last minute thing they want to bring up?
Can I show my gift?
Yes, you may.
Got for my birthday cake.
Oh, thank you, Heron Gone in 60 Seconds, for donating to Extra Life. I really appreciate it.
Nice.
Aww.
And a quick reminder that it's gonna clip out one of them.
Those shoes.
Why?
Because it's picking it up as green. So hold on.
Ding.
There you go. I have shut off your green screen.
DuckTales May got me custom printed Converse of my girls,
Yeah,
Ivy and Kaeko.
they're gorgeous.
They're so pretty.
That looks awesome.
You've got the pumped up kicks.
I have the pumped up kicks. As one of my friends, like my mom's friends who works for the tasting room anyway, she commented on the thing saying they were tailor made.
I think
tailors.
I think the thing that I really like about those shoes is they really seem to have some character to them.
Oh yeah, tons of character.
Yeah. There's a. I would say that DorkTales is right on the tip of the tongue with those.
But they are.
I know. Hey, Robin, you finally have soul.
Ooh.
My goodness.
But you're not a soldier. Or maybe you
Kaeko
are.
was.
Kaeko was a soldier.
Kaeko was.
All right. So without further ado, thank you so much for your love and patience, everybody. And a quick reminder that if you are on the Patreon or would like to be on the Patreon, Strixhaven is not yesterday, but next Monday. So episode 3, where we might not just make out in bars, but we might.
Or maybe we will.
What?
That's what we did all last episode.
It's
was
very
great.
true.
It's just and our Strixhaven t-shirts have arrived. So.
And I have finally joined the Needs More Hardware Club.
Yay! Okay.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I am not joining the Paradox Club.
Yet.
Oof. Yes,
Next time.
Breck, we're on a shoestring budget. Oof.
Also say
we
the
are,
5
so-
gamers, so Kaeko is the healer.
Oof. All right, so to help us get out of that shoestring budget, just a reminder that you can join the Patreon and support the channel, or drop some subs here, whatever works for you. It all goes to love. Also, hi Millie, good to see you in the chat, bunny hearted. Okay, folks, so without further ado, it is time to head into. I love doing that because all the people with French immersion wince. All right, so without further ado, it is time to head into Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. Last time on Call of the Netherdeep, you received a missive from the Allegiance of Allsight. After trying to figure out what to deal, or how to deal with Aloysia, you accepted a mission to go retrieve a marble elephant statue from the Suncut Bazaar. While there, you were able to get it, but when you touched it, it transformed into a full-size stone elephant made of a strange red material. It began to rampage through the bazaar, eventually colliding with Bodhi's new shop there on the edge of the district. In the middle of the chaos, you were joined by a new ally, an orc named Zanata Vash, an old friend of Bodhi's, and one who was happy to help you take this strange construct down. When you defeated it, it transformed back into a statue, its power subdued, at least for a while. And from there, you were able to return it to the Allegiance of Allsight. Shortly after, meeting not only with your contact there, your boy, so many
Prolix?
NPC. Prolix, yep. Your boy Prolix, but then met with Question soon afterwards. Question said that the Cobalt Soul had a potential mission for you, if you were interested, and brought you over to the Temple of the Mentor, where you met with a member of the Cobalt Soul named Iwo Zalare, half-orc and master of the Order. Iwo asked you to do a bit of reconnaissance work, and that's where we're going to be beginning game. So, inside of the temple, you look down from the balcony, following the point of Iwo's finger, as he points down at a pale wizard wearing academic robes. The wizard, who has numerous body piercings, seems to be minding his own business while reading a book. Next to him leans a staff, topped with the carving of a snake's head. Iwo leans in to whisper to you. Our investigators report that this man is likely a cult of Zahir, of the Cloaked Serpent, one of the betrayer gods. Your orders, should you accept them, are to follow him back home, and, without causing a scene, find out why he's here. If it's to cause trouble, apprehend him and turn him over to the hands of Ord. Report back to me when you're done.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What proof or what was it that led them to believe that suspect this person?
For one, his staff. It's a staff of the Adder. Quite powerful. A relic of some import. Besides that, some of his tattoos have... Some of his tattoos hint at connections to Zahir. It could be nothing. It could be paranoia. But the Cobalt Soul, yes?
So we're to find It's a suspicion, and we're to find the actual evidence.
Yes, and to alleviate my suspicion if needed. I would be very happy if this turned out to be nothing. If perhaps I was just getting a bit over-anxious regarding a youthful indiscretion in a tattoo parlor. However, some of our investigators, let's just say they have concerns about some of his activities. I can't share most of them with you for secrecy, but assume that we pay people who, well, know what they're talking about.
And what would be considered evidence for you if we have to apprehend him, or if there's any reason why? What could we gain to ensure our findings are correct and not, what's the word I'm looking for? God, I'm not that smart sometimes. When your words against other words.
Hearsay.
Oh, right.
Well, here's the thing about that. Question says that you are quite useful, adept, trustworthy. They say that you can be trusted. They also say that you have a cleric among you, so assuming that you have the ability to enforce, say, a zone of truth, there are many ways that this can be done. I'm willing to do whatever you say in regards to the outcome of this. If you are able to determine why this individual is potentially causing trouble, I'll trust your word. I would remind you that the betrayer gods have no place inside of Ank'Harel, and that worshipping them is tantamount to heresy. Tantamount, it is heresy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say hearsay? Weird?
No, I said heresy.
Hearsay.
No, heresy.
If there's heresy, we want to make sure it's not hearsay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still learning common. I like Goliath a lot better. It's a lot of grunting.
Blogg, he says to you, which is much more clear.
Oh.
Which just literally translates as bad religion.
Yeah.
Bad god touch.
See, you could have just said that.
But then they wouldn't have understood. Would you like me to explain the entire thing in Goliath? Find bad man. Why here? Who know?
Kaeko's gonna be like, knock, knock, knock.
Well, there's no reason to be rude. I'm sorry, my Goliath's
Kaeko, don't insult him.
My Goliath's a bit rusty.
Thank you for your help. And
I thought you said that my mother was a fishwife.
Oh, I could see that. No, that is knock, knock, knock.
Oh, yes. It's been some time since I spent time with Goliath. They're not particularly common in this part of Exandria.
So I've noticed.
Well, it just means that you stand out from the crowd.
Oh, and we have to be subtle about this, you said, right?
I would prefer this not evolve into some type of kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle bad.
Right.
Oh, I know that word.
Yes. Good.
We specialize in kerfuffles.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of the opposite of what we're good at. But well, we can try.
Do your best. You are Valor's echoes of Val. Questions, friends?
Yes. Question is a lovely person.
Yes. They said that you were capable. Is this is correct? I believe?
Well,
One can be capable in many different things. We have been quite successful so far in our endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Zanata's just kind of leaning back against a post in the corner, watching on, listening to all this, going like, "What the hell are these guys in?"
Nice.
Good. Well, we are adjourned then. I must return to my duties, and you have yours.
Right.
Quick question. What was the cultist's name again?
Didn't give you one. He doesn't know it.
Oh, okay. He just showed a picture and said
No, he
that
just pointed at him. He's like right down there. So
Oh.
you guys are on a balcony over this library, and down
Got it,
beneath
okay.
there's all these people going and all that, right? Doing the paper churning and the there's always somebody coughing in a library. It's
Of
really
course.
frustrating.
Yeah.
And like looking down, you're like, it's that guy right there who is, like I said, he's obviously some type of wizard, has pouches and scrolls along his belt, but also like number of tattoos going up his arms. He's wearing a hood up over his head, but even from this angle, you can see just along where his scalp has been buzzed down to the very basic nubs. I'm gonna say, just for a quick reference, he looks like an emaciated Star Killer.
Okay.
If you've played that game, like basically
Yeah.
like very, very like a little bit like he looks like he's been train spotting, like he's very, very, very gaunt. But there's just something menacing about the way that his hood kind of voluminously spreads around his shoulders. Something akin to a cobra. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Question. I leave them in your capable hands. Once you determine this, come seek me out here. Ask for me at the reference desk below. I'm usually here at most hours. Farewell. And he'll take a step away and just kind of like back into the crowd, leaving you there with just question.
Can you remind us exactly where we are again?
So you are in the so right now you are in the Temple of the Mentor. So the Temple of the Mentor is I will give you the quick readout, but the Temple of the Mentor is one of the centers of knowledge inside of Ankarel. It is
Right.
It is inside, not the Sigil District, not the Tower of Memory. It is a temple to Ion and the headquarters of the Cobalt Soul. It's a ceramic mosaic. There's a ceramic mosaic of 3 open eyes framed in cobalt blue that crowns the entrance to this temple. It's dedicated to Ion. The temple itself is like more of a library than a hall of worship. So God of knowledge, all that dwell within here kind of come seeking knowledge and personal betterment. It is just wall-to-wall shelves filled to capacity with meticulously cataloged tomes and scrolls and periodicals. There are stairwells that lead up from the base sanctuary to like apartments and the scriptorium, as well as this little like balcony area that you're standing on above looking down. It's an absolutely stunning display of knowledge that is probably quite dwarfing to Sabina. Like, this place has, you can barely read, and this place has more knowledge than you could read in a lifetime, an elven lifetime.
She, as like any walls and stuff, she's just kind of reaching out and like very reverently like looking at books and seeing what she can read. And yeah,
Some of the paper here is older than your oldest ancestor that you've ever heard of. Like, your great-great-great-great-grandpappy isn't as old as the book you just opened. It goes, and you will see a date there that is a good 400 years ago. Like, the first entry in this book is more than 400 years old.
she'll Dax will like put his head over and like try to stick his nose in it, and she'll like bat him away. And, like, be careful. She'll put it back on the shelf.
He pouts.
You can't read anyways.
Zanata will slip him a little strip of jerky. Very slyly. As she walks by.
So yes, so like I said, this is for Caitlin. For Zarya, this is a temple of Ioun. So you will be like, I never know how a cleric will feel in that regard, but you are in another god's house right now. Mm-hmm. Although Ioun is a pretty easy to get along with god, comparatively. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a nerd, right? He's a god of knowledge compared to your goddess who gets shit done and wears cool boots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for her, I said that she's kind of like respectful of them if they're respectful of her, kind of a thing. Just kind of like, just be respectful, you know? Don't have to like worship this god, but like be respectful. You're in someone's house.
That's fair. So as you are there, and as you are just kind of like looking around the area, Zanata, Question is going to lean in. This tiefling that has been traveling, or at least discussing things with your friends and brought you over here. He's going to lean in and go, "You got any jerky for me? I'll take some."
Oh, sure. She'll slip her a piece as well out of a pocket.
What is this? Is this beef or is this auroch?
You might not want to know. It's good though.
It's pretty good, yeah. Never would have thought. Usually there's no eating inside of here, but I figured that like jerky is like one of those things that doesn't really leave much of a stain behind, you know?
Doesn't jerky? Kaiko's gonna like.
I figured they let the more bounder in, so.
Yeah. Besides, it's always been kind of my personal dream to get meat slipped to me. And never mind.
Ow.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I really hope you do this. I would love it if you all could join the Cobalt Soul, and this is a really good mission for that, because if you do well, I could probably wrangle you up an invitation.
So these people, these cultists, what purpose do the Cobalt Soul have in dealing with them?
Well, I mean, for one, it's our job to kind of, I mean, how much do you know about the Cobalt Soul?
Only what you've told us.
Oh, well, I mean, definitely read around, but, I mean, the Library of the Cobalt Soul dates back, centuries, like before any of the nations you've ever been to existed. I mean, our archivists we've been a bulwark against the, conflict and propaganda, trying to make sure that like the truth is the most important thing out there, and not just like our truth, but like the objective truth. Like we put a lot of energy into making sure that like the truth is the truthiest truth that there is, It's not just like what we want. Like even if it's an inconvenient truth, we try to make sure that or an uncomfortable truth, we try to make sure that it's well known. And because of that, we've spread all across Exandria, and I mean, between us, we're kind of shit disturbers. I mean, we've had to fight entire governments just to, allow truth to blossom. But this temple's been here for about, I don't know, 150 years.
So you like nerdy spies?
Kinda.
Okay, you're a lot cooler than I thought. I'm just not a book person. I don't read.
Well, I mean, we do the kung fu too, We read about it and then we do it,
Oh, that's really cool.
I've always done the opposite. I've learned by doing, but you can learn. I know you can learn facts by reading, but you can learn to do stuff by reading.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can learn
like that's
quite a lot from a book.
all of the secret techniques are written down in scrolls and stuff. You just like open them up, and sometimes it's just like a sheet of reflective paper. It's kind of weird, you know? And it's like, oh, the dragon power was within inside you the whole time. It's a weird scroll. I saw it once. Well, this chubby guy who works with me did. I think he's a werebear.
Like a panda.
Well, he's a werebear, you know. But every full moon he goes and builds an orphanage. Nice guy.
There's worse things to do under the full moon.
Absolutely.
There's more fun things to do under the full moon too. But
That's true as well.
yeah, like dragon chess. Dragon chess on a balcony.
Dragon chess. I've always wanted to.
You know,
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'll teach. Well, I'm just doing it for her. She seems kind of embarrassed. I'd love to teach you dragon chess. I almost said dragon chest. Sorry, I'm just a little verklempt. She is, yeah, pardon me. They are definitely averting their gaze from Zanata and Kaeko standing next to each other. Are probably a mountain of viewing material.
They both just accidentally like stand with like their hands on their side.
So
Oh well, I mean, you saw my concept art stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zanata is buff.
Zanata's buff. Yep. Yeah, but you know, we
So are the I understand that. So that if the cultists of Sahir is a betrayer god, then I suppose if they are spreading falsehoods, and so it's your job to, possibly our job to, get rid of the falsehoods.
I mean, you know, that's part of it for sure. I mean, make me a religion roll. Anybody who wants to, go ahead and make me a religion roll.
I'll try.
I don't think I have.
15?
15? Perfect.
18.
For Kaeko.
18.
Nice.
19.
Oh my god. All right, Zanata, do you want to roll?
Actually, sorry, it's a 16 for Kaeko.
After rolling
so-
13.
So,
Yes. Oh,
so-
our negative intelligence babes.
all right, so Zanata, you are
Here
going to
for the
know that betrayer god's bad. Zahir has something to do with snakes. That's what you'll know. Snake god, probably evil. Most snake gods tend to be evil. It's just a thing. No, it's
Sad
not.
because snakes in the end are just so misunderstood. They just want you to like fuck off.
Yeah.
Wait. Sonata, you have a snake.
Ah.
Suspicious.
So, for the rest of you, all of you rolled well enough to know that he is a betrayer god. The cloaked serpent is the province of assassins, poison, and snakes. The symbol is the coiled serpent. It's a chaotic evil deity that generally is a god of murder and just general bad stuff. In general, those of you who got an 18 or higher, so Zarya, Sabina, Kaeko, did you get an 8? You got a 16 after that.
No, I got a 69. I was supposed to subtract it, so I
And
ended
Dorlen, what'd you
up on the map.
Oh, I only got a 15.
15. So you'll know those things about the snakes and stuff. But as for the really high score, so Sabina and Zarya, you're going to actually know the tenets of Zahir's religion, which are largely all about sowing chaos. They are: keep your acts obfuscated in secret. The night is your greatest ally. Strike quickly and without reason. Blind the target with their own confusion. Kill slowly, agonizingly, or worse. Make them enjoy it. These are not good people. And something like this fostering an Ankarel could cause untold suffering to the hundreds of thousands here if this cult were allowed to spread. Because, you know, all you need is a small cult to cause a big problem.
Well, yes, I suppose that makes sense then. I mean, just as a general precaution, they should be dealt with anyway, so...
Yeah, absolutely.
She's gonna look up at everybody.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Do you want to sneak? Follow that chap?
Well, if you're going to, I would suggest doing it now because he's getting up. They point down over the railing, and see that the man has gotten up and has begun to head toward the door.
All right.
Well, I don't have that spell that he was talking about, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
Well,
I wasn't ready to cast that today.
let's follow him.
All right.
All right. With that, are you trying to follow him?
Yes.
Apparently.
Trying to not draw attention to ourselves. Don't know how we'll accomplish that, but
Yup.
All right. So if you're trying to follow him, you head down the stairwell. By the time you do, you make your way outside, and you can see that within sight of the front of the Temple of Mentor, the man is striding down the street. He, a pamphlet giver. A small, he's a halfling, so he's always small, but a halfling dressed in a brightly colored tunic, handing out invitations for a nightclub will approach. Hello, sir! I'd like to invite... Stay away from me! He barks at him. The halfling kind of winces back. Okay. A simple no would suffice. Okay. And the man strides past, hails a carriage, and gets in it. As you are all approaching, the halfling will turn. Hello, folks. Looking to wet your whistle tonight at the Golden Thistle.
Take one and
Yeah.
rush past.
Thank you.
Thank
very much.
you. Well, he doesn't seem pleasant.
No, he seems very rude, actually.
Yes.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Were we close
just-
enough at all to potentially catch whatever directions he gave the carriage?
So you were. If you want to, make me a perception roll to see if you heard. With disadvantage, because it's quite noisy out here. Among the throng of Ankarel, there are, even outside of the Temple of Mentor, there are dozens, if not hundreds of people working and milling around out here.
Perception.
As we're looking
18.
around,
18? As you're looking around?
Kaeko is going to pick out her guitar, or actually she's going to grab her conductor's wand, and she's going to start almost like swirling a bit, and pulling like notes and like clangs from the nearby the street, and she's going to kind of organize them and just kind of whirl the music notes around her party member. And I will use one of my bardic inspirations to cast Aria of Suspense.
Okay.
And for the next 10 minutes, we have any creatures of your choice within 60 feet cannot be surprised. Gain a bonus on saving throws against traps and environmental hazards equal to my bardic inspiration die roll, which I will roll right now.
All right, we've got anxiety. Let's do this.
8. Yeah, she's basically amping up your anxiety to make you guys all more alert. And we
God,
get
I
to
wish
add
my anxiety
+8.
made me more alert.
Right? So
sounds
any
good.
saving
+8.
throws against traps, and that we have +8 to it. I rolled 8 on my d8 for the next 10
Hell
minutes.
yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right. So with that, so that'll be great. With that roll, Zanata, you couldn't get the exact location, but it looked like you pretty sure you heard Sigil. So probably heading to the Sigil district. And given the direction that the carriage is headed, probably a good call. As the carriage starts to peel out, the row out here has quite a few carriages kind of just slowly milling around, making their way around. There's one actually not too far away with a half-elven driver behind the seat.
Well, we could also just tell them to follow that carriage. We
Let's
got a
do
little
it.
separated, right?
That sounds exciting.
Yes. Should I follow on Dax separately? Perhaps a little bit.
Yes.
Might be a good
Ooh, that
idea.
might be a good idea.
Shadow them. Ooh,
Yeah,
this is,
she'll hop
this is
up on
getting
Dax.
intriguing. I feel like a spy.
Yeah.
A nerdy spy.
She's gonna try to hail the carriage.
Yes, how can I help you? The elf looks over at you. The half elf looks over at you. Kind of a dusty skinned half elf with very, very short shorn hair, down to like almost like a pixie cut. But I guess it's more of we're gonna say it's a nice undercut on this guy. Kind of turns over your way. Yes, how can I help you? You looking to get somewhere in a hurry?
Oh, yes, please.
Hop in.
Yeah, let's hop
Caden's
on.
cabs.
Oh, perfect.
Let's see. How many of you are there? It's 2 silver a rider. Anywhere in Ankarel?
4 of us.
Can
Where are we going?
discreetly follow that carriage.
Oh,
For 2 silver, you can. I'll do whatever you want, man. Let's do.
That one right there.
Yeah.
perfect.
Discreetly.
Yeah, there's a bonus gold if you can follow very discreetly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so
Perfect,
4 of
perfect,
you
just
are
like that.
going
Getting
in
a
there.
tip.
The horses stand up on their hind legs and start like.
Ticket.
I assume horses. It might be. You know what? I'm actually thinking that they're pulled by. I actually don't know what type of animals are used in like this setting for this. I'm gonna say they're giant ostrich birds. They're like chocobos.
That's what I was hoping.
They're chocobos. So they're just gonna start tiptoeing. They're already on their hind legs. They're just gonna tiptoe a bit.
Very
Okay.
good.
And all right, so. All right, the carriage begins heading that way. Sabina, you'll have no trouble. Actually, if you stay behind this carriage, you'll be able to kind of ride its wake, like kind of trailing an ambulance.
Yep.
As it cuts through, because otherwise the streets are pretty thick and Dax would have a bit of trouble maneuvering, would probably have to make a roll. But if you're like hugging tight to the bumper, you're just going to save 4 silver. Right? Okay.
We should have thrown Dorlen on there.
Yeah.
Now,
Dax,
knowing the size of the city and heading to the sigil district, how long do I think this trip will take?
Eddie, in a carriage, you think like maybe 10 minutes?
Is that
15
the
with
length
traffic,
of a short
maybe?
rest?
Yeah, it'll be enough for a short rest.
Excellent. I would like to short rest and regain my action surge.
All right, you may. All right, so as you're riding, are you guys talking about anything or just like staying in tense silence as you watch the carriage kind of move ahead of you?
Quick question. I presume because I am actively riding, I don't get a short rest.
You will, Dax won't.
Okay, that's fair.
So now I was going to kind of just stretch out on the seat.
Dorlen's going to be like constantly chattering, thinking he's being quite quiet. And you're like, okay, so I've never done a spy thing before. What do we do when we get there? Like, where is he going? Do we even know where we're going? We're just
we don't know
following
where
him,
we're
right?
going.
But like, what do we do? We need to be really stealthy about this, though. And
Good. Yes, we do have to be stealthy about this. No, we don't really know where we're going. At least I don't.
so what's
He's
the plan?
probably
when we,
going home or doing cult stuff.
What's the plan when we get there? Like, how do we do this and be quiet about it? I mean, like, we can cause a kerfuffle, but we can't do that quietly. At least I don't think. Can we do that quietly?
No.
We've never tried that.
We're not
Well, the
gonna
problem with
cause
that
a
sort of thing is you have to kind of make it up on the fly. When you get there and see the situation is when you make your decision.
That's generally how we work.
This is exciting, though.
At the end of the carriage ride, Kaeko will do the same thing because she'll gain her bardic inspiration back. She'll redo that.
Nice.
I only rolled a 4 this time. Sorry, guys.
Oh. All good.
It's totally fine.
We can be surprised though, so that is the best thing. Is we can't be surprised by this mofo.
Oh,
or anyone
Sabina's
else.
not included in that though, because I'm not there.
It's with all creatures within 60 feet.
How far ahead am I?
I thought you were staying
Or-
behind
I thought
our
you were
carriage.
Behind. So I'm gonna say that you're within 60
sorry,
feet.
I wanted to be behind their carriage.
Oh, their carriage. Then you're gonna have.
Like-
then you're not. So if you're actively like trying to like stalk, I
Yeah.
don't think that I'm gonna give you that short rest. Then I thought you were kind of
Okay,
like.
that's what I thought. No, that's totally fine then.
Okay. So in that
Sorry,
case,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
what I would like you to do is make me a stealth check from Dax with advantage because of the crowd.
Okay. He is +5 because he has a 2 dex and gets my
Okay,
proficiency.
And I'm in a bad mood, so I'm not paying attention. Cool.
16.
16?
Didn't roll great.
All right, so you're gonna manage to trail it. You don't notice the carriage acting funny at all. It doesn't appear that like it doesn't take any like sharp turns to try to lose you or anything like that. It seems like you're doing a good job of staying with the crowd. And directly behind you, within eyesight, you're gonna see the other carriage trailing as well. So you're not gonna be losing like line of sight with anybody, even if you like look back and forth.
Got it.
Okay, I will wait until we get close enough to see Sabina. Like when we're actually there, like Kaiko's gonna wait till the end of the carriage ride to do the Aria suspense to give the maximum time. So hopefully Sabina should get into that. And Dax.
Sounds good. That works for me. The rest of the ride is actually pretty easy. You sit, you catch your breath, and before long you find yourselves down in the Sigil District. There, you will see that his carriage has kind of veered around to the front of some very nice buildings. And it's there that it lets him out in front of quite a large, lovely apartment building. It's actually one of the nicer, like it kind of looks like a brand new condo does in like downtown Vancouver. Like it's very, very shiny, very glitzy, lots of marble, big balconies, obviously a decent amount of money into this apartment. And you'll see that he hops off the carriage, tips poorly, and wanders in the front door. Trailing behind, you'll be able to see exactly where he is. The front of that building proudly announces that it is a place known as the Scrolls Alcove.
Is there like a front doorman or anything?
There is a small desk just inside with a doorman behind it. Quite a stout dwarf with really, really long mutton chops.
Okay.
Kind of flipping through a scroll, kind of just like winding through a scroll.
When the carriage stops, we're gonna kind of slow down a little bit just to see him walk in, but then continue past the carriage just in case he did see me, in which case it's like, oh, I wasn't following you, I was just riding in your wake to avoid the traffic, and then continuing on past.
Okay. As far as you can tell, he doesn't seem to notice you. So,
and then she'll kind of loop around a building and then come back to the carriage where everyone else is.
Nice. So as you loop around his apartment building, the scroll is not particularly large. It's a strange triangle-shaped building. Like its base is a triangle that like stretches up into the sky. It's right next to a lovely plaza. There's like a big fountain just on the other side next to an immense tree, as well as several teleportation circles that are just in front of it. Like this is a happening place. Like this is like having an apartment like right next to like a SkyTrain station, but a nice one, you know? Like this is a good place to be. They're fancy. All right, the other carriage will stop, and what do you all do? All right, I don't think your friend spotted us, so good luck with whatever prank you're doing. That'll be a golden 8.
Here, have 2 extra.
Two extra?
No, like I'll round it up to 2 gold.
Oh yeah, that's fine too. Like yeah. I mean, I'll take 2 extra as well, but thank you very much. The driver will pocket that. Remember Caden's cabs. Caden's cabs are always here for you. Good luck with your friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sabina will come around the corner. I definitely went in there.
Okay.
There's a... So is there... I'm quite persuasive. Do you want me to talk to the doorman?
perhaps ask... Yes, please. That sounds like a good idea.
Keiko's going to, she'll brush back her hair a little bit. She'll adjust her corset, push the girls up a little more, and walk into the apartment building.
Ding, 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 ding. It opens up to a very stately little interior. There is actually an elevator directly in front of you, as well as a stairwell over to the left that kind of spirals up the center guts of this building. And the elevator is one of those nice open air ones with the mesh gates that goes and closes around it. You can see that one of them is actually heading up to the skyward right now, and then has your friend in it. Well, your friend,
I was actually going to ask,
looks like he's going up. This place is, I'm gonna say it's at least 5 floors that you can see up, kind of through the guts of the building. And he's headed up, looks like to the top floor or just beyond your sight. As you enter, there's like some sitting area off to the right with this red velvet plush sofa. And the dwarf behind the counter is going to look up as you enter, adjust the little pillbox hat on top of his head, wind the scroll back up, and hello?
Hello. Hello there. The name is Kaeko Skaar. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Are you on the list?
No. List.
Oh, you said, I thought I'd heard of you.
Yes, my good man. I am a world-famous bard, composer. Surely you've heard of me.
You say Kaeko Skaar?
Yes.
I know you. You broke up my brother's marriage in Wildmark.
Did I now?
Yeah, Bertol Dramhammer. You know Bertol? I'm Bartol, his older brother. You served, what, in the Aurora Watch, didn't you? So did my brother. You broke up a very happy marriage, lady.
To be fair, I was not aware.
You know what? I've been wanting to say something to you for a long time. And look, you just walk in the door. This is destiny, hey? Oh, praise the gods. I am going to let you have it.
Of course. Keiko's gonna, like, motion behind her arm for, like, them to try and, like, sneak past. And she's just gonna, like, sit in front of him and be like...
All right, now you listen here, you mountainous hussy. If you think that... And he's just gonna start going off, like...
I need a shirt mountainous hussy.
Right? Oh my god. Mountainous hussy.
I identify as a mountainous hussy.
All right, so anybody who wants to sneak by may try to do so.
Sure.
I will try.
Give me a stealth roll. Give me a stealth roll. I have my passive perception. I'm a front door guard.
Okay.
It's not gonna be easy.
Okay, I got a 14, but I want to use my reaction.
Okay.
To use Flash of Genius and give myself another +4 on that by being like adding in something randomly to just say something randomly to encourage him to keep getting angrier as I snap on something. So it's like, yeah, you tell that mountainous hussy.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna. So, just because you think you're so good with your voice, you sing like an angel. Well, angels fall to hell all the time, and that's where you're from, you dirty, devilish.
But no, that's my husband, darling.
Krista, you have inspiration.
Oh, I do have inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use inspiration for that.
I think Zanata's just gonna
rolled a
stroll
6.
all casual with her 22.
I got a 16, but I'm gonna use my determination.
All right.
Make it a 19.
Accidentally remove
That's a
11.
Okay.
If I use my determination, it's a 14. I don't think that's going to matter. I'm going to hold on
14.
to it.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's 14.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on a minute, you giant bitch. You.
Oi, you don't call me a giant bitch.
Oh, sorry. You extra large slut. You giant. What rhymes with?
Sabina is looking back and forth.
Last breath will be between my cheeks.
Sabina's looking
A
back
lot
and
of people
forth
have had
and
their
just
last breath between those cheeks.
just starts bawling.
Oh, you've made her cry. What's wrong with you?
I believe you made her cry. This is my daughter.
I don't know what she has to cry about. She probably could have marched out walking this number of lovers you've taken. You.
I always use protection, darling.
This is awkward. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go on. Now you comfort your daughter. Not only are you an awful person, but you're an awful mother too.
I was coming in here to see if you had any apartments for sale because we are moving here, and I thought this was a lovely location.
Move on. No, move on. I don't care how much money you made out there on the corners. You're not gonna be spending any of that inside of this building while I'm here. You.
Inconsiderate oaf.
Aye, well, enough about you. How about the door? Before I call...
Sabina's gonna reach up to Kaeko.
Kaeko will pick up Sabina.
I want a deception roll from you, Kaeko and Sabina, independently of each other. Go.
A deception, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, Sabina's
Can it
really
not
good
be
at
a
acting like child.
performance?
Can you what?
I said, can it not be a performance?
It's going to be a deception.
All right.
You didn't. You know what? If you'd rehearsed this, it would have been performance.
Fair. You know, that makes sense. That's gonna be an 18 for Kaeko.
Okay.
I'm gonna use determination to do 21.
21?
19 for
Okay.
Sabina. I'll
Okay.
use my determination as well.
Damn it.
22.
You. My brother and his wife were incredibly happy. All right. They were happy. They were. Oh, God's sake! Drink some water. He'll hold out a water bottle.
She'll like kind of reach around and grab it with both hands.
There.
From what your brother told me, she was a monstrous cow who slept around as well. So
Look, they were polyamorous, and she was a minotaur. Those are two things that you're leaning up on. That you're rounding up. All right. You hear what you want to hear. Just like
so she was
any
they're
ill-begotten
polyamorous.
bard.
So then it was fine.
No, the problem was you broke their accord, all right? You made him invest in your what was it, an ill-lived stand-up comedian act that you were trying to get going before you became a singer? I don't know, because the sound of your voice sure as hell is funny. I could never stop hearing about how many people were laughing at your voice.
I would like to cast vicious mockery at him.
I would like to counterspell, but I don't have that. So, what's my save DC?
It is a 14 wisdom.
Oh, he saves! So what do you say is vicious mockery?
Okay, what was the last thing he just said? He was talking about my voice being...
Your voice is humorous.
And your voice sounds like your balls haven't dropped yet.
Is that really the best you can do to try to emasculate me? Really? That's it.
I mean...
I'll tell you what. You see, my sideburns are growing in. It's been a long and hard transition trying to get to where I am today, and my balls haven't dropped because I haven't saved up enough for the treatment. But you know what? I'm still more of a man than you deserve.
Kaeko was gonna be like,
Aye.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, sir.
Yeah, I bet you're sorry. I bet you're sorry. Get out.
Keiko's gonna take the psychic damage as you totally reflected vicious mockery back on her. I will roll the 2d4 for myself. I rolled a 4 and a 1. Kaeko takes 5 psychic damage to herself from that.
Bertol, the trans man dwarf, is now my favorite NPC of the episode.
Holy fuck.
Of this.
He's
of,
very, very good.
She's so protective.
everything.
Him.
All right.
Love him.
Keiko's just gonna leave and be like, holy fuck.
Hopefully that left a
Well,
lot
yeah.
of time.
I'm assuming he's kicking them out of the apartment, right? Not able to go back up. Okay.
Out on the street where your kind belongs with all the other curs.
All right, you talk about kind.
I'm talking about your kind belonging outside.
Sabina will turn and pan the empty water glass back.
Thank you for the water.
You have a very delightful child. She deserves better than you. Out. If you consider it, there's an orphanage just down the street. They give her a much better life than you could. All right, so do you head out, or do you just like...
Yeah, Kaeko leaves and just doesn't know what to say.
Good. All right, so meanwhile, further inside of the building, you've definitely caused enough of a scene, and you are able to probably sneak up the stairwell, I think.
Awesome.
All right,
That was
so
quite a distraction.
Perfect.
it was quite a. You're by the time
Good
you start.
team.
You make it up to the 5th floor. You can see that there are 3 apartments on the 5th floor, each that basically takes a corner of the triangle-shaped building, looking out over the city. It appears that, well, you're not sure which one is his, but anybody who wants to can make me a survival roll to see if you can track.
Sure.
I'll sure try.
No.
No.
But I will try.
Oh, dirty 20.
16.
Dirty 20?
15.
Hey, Zarya. Can you use
What?
the stick?
No,
No.
it doesn't work for people.
What about his snake staff?
Well.
Zanata? You'll be able to see that from the time it took him to get into the carriage and then out again. Ankarel is a very dusty city in places around where the oasis is not. And in looking at that, you'll see that there's like a little bit of footprint, a little bit of foot trail leading to the door on your immediately in front of you on the I guess the northernmost corner. But it could also be the northwestern corner. Either could work. However, as you are standing there kind of looking around, you'll hear the of the door on the northern corner, as if like some recent air pressure was moving it.
Okay.
Sounding like maybe someone opened a window on the inside.
And that's one of the ones that had the dust leading to it, right?
Yes. Looking up ahead of you, you can see that there's a sudden shift in air pressure that causes the door to the north to go to rattle a little.
I think that door.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, see,
so-
there's some dust outside of it, and the air pressure just changed inside because the door rattled.
Wow, you're good at this. Have you been a spy before?
I'm not a spy now.
Oh,
But you are right this minute.
isn't that
mean-
kind of what we're doing?
We all are.
Not really.
Oh, so what's the plan?
Well, if we go in there right now, they're going to see us, and that's going to be very awkward. But we could come back, but potentially.
So Nada's going to sneak up to the doorway and put an ear to it and see if she can listen in. If there's anything happening.
You hear some rattling and fools. The sound of liquid pouring. Gluk, 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 gluk. Oh, great! Now I just have to piss again. More water.
Might be. If it's locked, I might be able to get us in. Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Well, if nothing interesting seems to happen, or he's not obviously not meeting with somebody.
Yeah, he's not just like lighting incense and saying praise are here.
I mean, that would be easy, right?
That would be so easy, right? But
Zanata will back away from the door and just kind of like, well, he's in there right now, it sounds like. There was definitely that kind of rough, rude voice. But he's awake and aware. We could try and sneak back in and search the place when he leaves. I'm not quite sure what you guys are going for here, though.
I think if he had evidence in his house, or if he was partaking in a ritual, and we caught him in the act. I think.
Now, on this landing,
yes,
is there any windows?
Yes, there are two windows actually that are easily accessible. One between the two apartments to the his apartment and the apartment next, basically like just a straight hallway between them. So I guess a window on the north, and then a window on that would be the southwest corner.
Okay, I'll look at the north one and see if I can spot any buildings nearby that might have a view towards this floor.
Yes, there is another building directly to the north that has a view of this. Let me just see if you would know anything about that building. Watched over by statues made of green glass, shaped like giant ibises. This is the Emerald Ibis Relic Hall. Or Ibis?
Is it open to the public viewing, or is it a private space?
I do not believe it is. It is not that you know of, anyway.
Nuts.
What if we pretend to be cultists?
I think he might guess.
But I mean, you've got the snake thing, and we've noticed the
It's
like
not
what
a
is the
symbol.
tattoo and the
I think he'd catch you out very quickly.
Oh, I'm the hired help.
Are you saying I come off like an evil, like, god cultist?
Yeah, do I?
No, but you got the snake thing going on.
It's a bloody necklace. It's a way to hold on to gold.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Most caravan guards keep their gold on their person. All right, we should
that
probably
was
not
my
be arguing
idea.
here, though. So now I was gonna try and hustle Dorlen back towards the stairwell.
He'll go. It's like, no, you don't look evil. Sorry, it was just an idea that we could, I don't know, try and see if we could get him to admit something if we pretended to be cultists.
Yes, Dorlen, backpedal. Backpedal for your life. Okay, then,
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea, unless I haven't been a spy before.
I just think that's going to be really difficult for us to pull off. But I feel like if we did wait for him to leave We could either follow him, or we could search the house, or we could do both. Oh shit.
And with that, the door is going to open. He is going to step outside with a large satchel that he kind of like slings under his cloak. Pulls the door shut, locks the 3 locks on it, and turns around. Where are all of you? On the stairwell?
In that moment, like, Zanata's reaching for the door to the stairwell and kind of like, yes, Dorlen, let's go. Come on.
So there's no door. It's just an open air, like spiraling staircase, like one of the cage stairwells.
So just keeping the active motion. So it looks like we're just leaving a friend's place sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like all of you to make me a deception roll.
Okay.
This will be a group deception roll. So let's see what you get.
13.
13? Okay. Okay.
16.
Ooh. 16 plus 4, so 20.
20? Okay. So he turns, pauses, like as kind of just startled to see you all. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Got to get your steps in, huh? He goes over to the elevator, hits the button. Ding! A little halfling inside goes, "Hello, welcome back, sir. Heading down to the main floor?" "Yes, of course." "Of course, Master Ophidas. Happy to help." The elevator begins to descend.
Zarya's gonna cast Sending to Kaeko.
Okay.
Hey. She's going to, say, he's leaving his house now. Would you and Sabina and Dax be able to follow him? We'll check out the apartment, but if there's anything that goes wrong, I don't know. Should we split up? You can respond to this.
I guess we will split up and follow. Maybe we'll leave Dax here and he can follow our scent with you guys. How does this thing work?
I love saying
He's on his way down. They're gonna check out his apartment, potentially, Sabina. We should maybe follow him at a distance.
Yes, of course.
Could Dax follow our scent if he stays here and waits for them?
Yes, of course.
Sabina's gonna reach into her bag and put on his collar that makes him look like a pet, not just a.
You're lucky you're in the fancy district where people can walk tigers on leashes.
Exactly. And I'm gonna, and it looks like he's got a leash like tied to like a bike rack or something, and
He's going to give you like the biggest like sad eyebrow look.
she's gonna grab him by the face very intensely and go, "This is the most important acting job of your life. Being a pet. Yes, a sad pet. Very good job." And she's gonna kiss him on the nose.
Okay. Well, he is
That's
very
so
sad.
good.
she'll give him a little piece of treat of something,
Nice.
cake or something.
And Kaeko will pluck a feather off of her thing and like wipe it on her face a bit, and then just like give it to Dax as well. You'll come find us, Dax. Don't worry. We trust you. You have to bring the others to us when they're done. Otherwise, there's no way they're gonna find us without you. You are the linchpin in this operation. You are the best.
He seems to know this. He nods kind of sagely to himself.
Of course, yes.
You think
Of
he
course he
understands
does.
you.
Yes.
And with that, you will hear the front doors ding, 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 ding. And the man will step out into the street, look around conspiratorially, look over at you and your moorbounder on the leash.
Sabina reaches up to Kaeko again.
Oh, come here, darling, and she'll like.
Afternoon. And he'll just kind of nod and
Hello.
head to the north down one of the streets. What do you do?
Follow at a somewhat, a nice distance where it's like, try not to arouse suspicion, but keep an eye on him, keep him in eyesight.
Sabina will occasionally point at things. Like if he stops at all, Sabina will point at something at like a pretty thing on the wall or something and act like, oh, that's pretty, Mom, I want to look at it, until he starts walking again.
Sounds good. So, trailing him for a bit, what's your intention? It seems like he's kind of moving at a decent clip. He has like a place to be, it seems. But he seems kind of nervous.
Probably
just
keeping
follow.
Yeah. If Sabina will whisper, if you keep an eye on him, I'll keep an eye for whatever he's looking for.
Sounds good.
And
And
so
she'll
I'll
put like a bunch of her on her shoulders. So you're like 9 feet in the air right now.
Yes.
All right, so as you continue down, the rest of the party will make their way down to the main floor, and as the door jangles open, you'll see Dax sitting kind of scratching himself as you exit the building.
I think we were going to double back because he didn't know that we left. So we were going to double back and try and break in and search his apartment.
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was going to be
Is that
an
what it is?
idea.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. All right, so as... So the other two are following. You're going to double back and try to break into his place. I would like whoever's trying to unlock the locks, Dorlen, please, unless it's Zanata or Zarya, make me a roll.
I do not have proficiency in those sort of tools, so I don't think it's me.
Oh, Dorland's got him, and he just kind of looks at him and he's like, now, I don't normally do this, so I want you guys to know this is not, it was just a hobby. Like, the way that, like, oh, yeah. So he'll take out...
will point to the two other doors.
He'll take out his tools and look at them a little bit and just like, oh, maybe this will help too. And just kind of pour some stuff on them and make that roll. Dex?
Yep, go ahead. Dex plus Thieves' Tools.
Yep, and I get double proficiency with tools. So that would be 22.
Okay, so with that, you're going to make quick work of these locks. One of them's a pretty simple lock. The other two, you're just going to be able to go... There's a little... as your Thieves' Tools kind of vibrate in the locks.
Oh, I was actually hoping it would be a little harder. Oh, well.
Inside is... All right. Inside of the apartment, you're going to see that it is quite a well-appointed space. It's wall-to-wall windows inside of the living room area with, well, very little furniture to speak of. It looks like he moved in rather recently. A single sofa with a blanket, a very thin one, has been placed right next to these tremendous windows, which do have these blackout curtains pulled to the side. There is a few stained wine glasses next to kind of a basin in the kitchen area just inside of the front door, and it appears that there is a bedroom off to the side that, well, the door is shut presently.
After everyone gets in, Dorlen will shut the door. So what are we looking for?
Suspicious cult stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zanata's gonna look around and see if she can spot anything that looks a little odd or somewhere where you could hide something.
Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Zarya's gonna look for imagery, religious imagery of Zahir, right?
Sounds good.
18.
18.
Yeah, Dorlen's can just look around in general. No real idea what he's looking for, but
Checking in the general space, you can see that there's quite a bit of, well, there's a bunch of trash. This is the equivalent of, like, you're going to find there's a bunch of, like, fast food and, like, empty boxes laying around the kitchenette area. The trash can that's underneath the basin is overflowing with takeout containers, and there's a pile of wine bottles beneath the sink. As you are flipping around there, though, you are going to find that there is something else there. Next to the large wine bottles, you'll find a few small vials. And you got an 18 on your roll, Zanata?
Yes.
As you're looking at the vials, you'll see that most of them are completely empty, but there is a slight film residue on the top one. It has kind of a sickly amber liquid in it.
Do they have corks in them, or are they just
They do
open?
not. Several of the corks are lying on the counter, and a bunch more litter the trash. So looks like it was a vial that had been unstoppered, emptied, and then thrown away. Actually, some of them.
Okay, it just has a little bit left in the bottom, sort of thing.
Has a little bit of residue. It's kind of like it's like a milky yellow.
All right, I will try and pick a cork that looks like maybe it had a similar substance in it.
Okay.
And recork the vial and tuck it in a pocket.
Okay. It's kind of hard to tell with corks, but you'll do your best to kind of match it up.
Like, as long as one isn't like luridly pink or something. So I'm obviously mixing stuff.
Sounds good. As you're
Mix
doing
your
so,
potions.
if you'd like, are you investigating this any closer at all?
Yeah, totally.
Sure. You can make me a medicine roll.
Medicine. 12.
12? You have no idea. It doesn't really smell like much of anything. If anything, it smells slightly... a little sweet? Just a tiny bit. Just kind of a strange scent to it. Let me double check one
I
thing.
will... I think by this point I've probably figured out that Zarya is a bit more of the cleric-y type. So we'll wave it at her.
Well, that's... sounds good. So, Zarya, as you are looking around, that is the most useless answer that Google has ever given me. I just Googled something to make sure I knew what this thing smelled like, and it says some people say it smells like something. Some people say it smells like nothing.
Oh no.
Like that.
Oh good.
That okay. Oh okay, but it does taste sweet. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Oh, well, that's good.
Good to know. So Zarya, what did you get on your roll looking around?
I got a nat 20, but I wasn't sure because I was looking for religious symbols. I wasn't sure if it was religion or investigation.
That would be investigation to look around for this, but I can funnel it through your religion. Now, here's the thing: are you going into any other rooms? Because there's only like 3 rooms in this, 2 of which are probably closets.
Yeah,
so there's
if
like
I
a
was
living room, kitchen,
worshiping
kind of combined, and then
betrayer
there's
god, I would put it in not the living room, not the immediate entranceway.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to.
Sounds good. As you head into the bedroom, the door is going to open easily in front of you. It's a dark space. The windows have been blacked out by curtains. And as you take a look around, you'll see that there is a small ritual circle drawn on the wooden floor in chalk. Ahead of you, you'll see that on a small shelf as well, there is a small effigy of a serpent coiled around what looks like a small human skull, perhaps a child, perhaps a halfling.
Oh, good. All right. Can I make a roll to see if I pick it up? Maybe a trap roll or something?
You can make me a perception roll.
Perception roll. Oh, a 17 plus
Probably was pretty
Is
high.
it 24? Sorry.
24. All right. As you go to approach it, the snake effigy, the snake statue, the snake carving around the skull shimmers and shifts in the light. You have dark vision, so you're going to be able to see that that is actually a living snake coiled around.
Oh, good.
And it starts to look at you and it hisses. Can I get an initiative roll?
Help.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. 19.
19.
Oh, I'll put it in the chat.
I guess all of us should do this because we'll probably get pulled in pretty quick.
Everybody make me an initiative roll real quick.
Where's Sabina when you need her?
Yeah, I'm assuming when you say everyone, you mean everyone besides.
Everyone who's... You know what? You all just get really anxious across the city, like something's going on. I feel...
I was actually just trying to find my Aria, but
Oh, yeah.
it's within 60 feet, so I think that means the whole time. So I think you
I would
guys
say yes.
unfortunately don't get that.
Yep,
I was
correct.
looking that up to see if you guys don't get surprised
Okay.
by the snake, but
Okay. Okay, so, Caitlin, you are first. What does Zarya do? The snake begins to rear up and hiss at you, baring its fangs and curling up to strike at you.
A snake! She's going to kind of like back up with her quarterstaff and try to cast sleep on it.
Oh, okay. What's my... Okay, it's not a save for this, so yeah, go ahead. Give it to me.
Yeah, 5d8 HP. I don't have 5d8 with me, so this is going to be a bit of a time. I
It's
have
5d8.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So do you just go, the snake is going to...
Yeah.
And it's going to fall asleep and just... It has 2 hit points.
Perfect. Oh, good.
Nice.
I don't... If I rolled max, it would have 4. So
Oh,
5d8 means
it's
that
a
there's
lot.
no way you could not roll its hit points.
Yes.
So
you know-
Zarya
you know-
shriek quietly, "Oh, a snake!"
Sorry, you're going to
Right.
hear... As the snake hits the ground, and then to your left and right, you'll hear... As 2 other snakes that were sneaking up on you go...
There were many snakes in this room.
Zanata's gonna have the sword out. God
Is this
damn
proof?
snakes.
She's not yelling. She's not yelling, but...
Is this proof enough?
Yeah, I think so. It was coiled around a skull
The skull is still
of some
there.
sort. I'm gonna pick up the skull if it's...
Okay. Picking up the skull. Do me a favor. Can you make me a wisdom save?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I sure can.
I think that's the one that you're going to be pretty good at.
Usually.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Oh, I was like, oh, but now I've jinxed myself. No, let me just take a look. 18.
18? All right, that sounds good. So, as you touch it, you are going to feel a sizzling discomfort across your fingertips as poison begins to sweat out of the side of the skull.
Ugh.
Luckily, you wear gloves, first of all.
She does.
But it begins
it's too
to start... I know, it's too hot. It starts to melt the velvet of your gloves, or the fabric of your gloves, at least. And as you are looking at this, you are going to be able to... do me a favor. What's your passive medicine score?
Oh,
Is it 14?
14? 17, actually. I'm actually proficient in it. That's a surprise to me.
This skull is probably... It was probably skullified within the past year. You can actually see that there are still fresh nicks on the skull from where the skinning knife had bit into it. And there's no bone healing. Like, this is like very recent, but the skull itself is very fresh. It's still moist is the wrong thing to say for it, but it is not. The arid temperatures of Ank'Harel have not begun to strip the internal moisture out and to dry it out as much. Like, it's heavier than it should be. still.
Oh, this is a very fresh skull. Dorlen, do you have a bag? It's a little poisonous.
Aren't you the one who's always telling me not to touch something?
Oh,
Takeout
perfect.
container.
We'll put it in a takeout container. Should we?
Everyone else gets to
So I
touch
put the
stuff.
snakes to sleep, but should I? Should I maybe stab it and take it as a?
Yeah,
As a-
just in case.
Also,
We should.
all right.
I think this is enough. This is
Evidence?
bad. Why don't we? We need to stop that man.
This
Does
is
anybody
pretty
have
bad.
a notepad? There's that ritual circle on the floor there.
That's
Oh.
true. Probably in
Dorlen
my
A quick sketch.
priest's pad.
Yep.
Oh,
Dorlen
Dorlen?
will
You're
open
on
up
it.
his little bag and like stick his hand into it up to his shoulder and then pull out a book and open it.
So now
and-
just gonna have a look around as well and see if there's any like very obvious culty looking symbols besides like that skull. Like an amulet or something.
No, there is not.
Okay.
But with your investigation roll, I'd like anybody who wants to can make me one more investigation roll.
Sure.
Sure.
Dork Tales!
All right.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Me too. Me too.
Oh my god. Okay. So looking around the area, you're gonna appraise this real quick. This is a freaking expensive apartment building. Honestly, the guy must have a lot of money to be able to even afford to rent this or sublet it. And yet he doesn't have any furniture. He doesn't have any belongings aside from food and drink. And he's been living off of street food the entire time. This guy is running on cash accounts. He probably has a decent amount of money either on him or hidden in the place. And let me know if you are looking for it.
Yes.
Okay, with 2 nat 20s on that roll, I'm going to say that there is...
And my 11.
And you're 11. Your 11's what's going to really do it overall.
Takes it over the edge there.
You're going to peek around and go investigate the couch. And you see there's only a single blanket here. This couch is quite cheap comparatively. Like, for a place like this, you'd expect an expensive divan, but the seating area down at the base of the apartment building is actually better than the couch inside of this fancy suite. However, as you nudge it with your foot, it refuses to move, although it's made of balsa and just simple cotton. And it makes a slightly jangling noise. If you peel one of the cushions in front, you will see that there are 2 bags of bulging coins hidden in the couch.
Ooh.
Alright, well I don't think we can like obviously take that with us. That's way too big. Also, stealing is I don't feel like going to jail here. But he's got lots of cash.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bunch of snakes, a poisonous skull.
Mm-hmm. It's
A ritual
it's so
circle.
cool.
Oh, and this vial.
Oh,
You
Vial.
recognize what this is?
1 second. And before they wake up, she's going to stab them with a crossbow bolt, just to make sure that they're dead.
Sabina
That's
suddenly
perfect. I don't
feels
want them
like
biting my
something
butt.
terrible has happened.
Sabina flinches, looking around.
Are you okay, Sabina?
Animals in pain.
I could feel it from across the city. I will take a look at the vial, the liquid inside the vial.
All right, make me a medicine check.
Okie doke. 24. Oh. No. Hold on. I can't math. It's actually only a 14 because I was like, what's my passive medicine? And I was like,
14?
wow. No, yeah. But I'd like to add my determination to that to make it a 17, which is marginally
right.
better.
Sounds great. It is snake venom.
Ah.
And
So he's consuming snake venom.
which actually, Zarya, with your religion, you'd know that is one of the practices of the religion. They consume snake venom in order to build up a tolerance and to devote themselves to their god.
That
as well
does
as to
track.
communicate. Yeah, as well as to communicate with them.
I'm one of you. Oh, no. We could have sent this with our team. Well, we didn't know at the time. I'm going to cast another sending.
Sounds good.
Actually, hold on.
All right. So, as you prepare
Oh,
to
I
do that...
can't cast another sending.
No?
I only have one level 3 spell slot.
Oof.
Well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
As
We
you
tried.
You tried.
We tried.
And
Hmm.
as you try to cast sending, you... Oh, bugger.
I can't make a connection. Well, I'm sure they'll be okay.
Meanwhile, across the city, Kaeko and Sabina, you continue to follow this man as he veers into a dark alleyway. You're still in the Sigil District, but overhead, there are a number of tarps and canopies that are casting shadow over this alley. It's honestly one of the nicer alleys that you've ever been in. He veers down it, though, and heads up to a wooden door on the southern wall of the alleyway, and gives a quick... Come on. Are you pausing at the edge of the alleyway, or what do you do?
Are we?
You can try. You can give me. You can either make me a stealth roll, or I can use your passive stealth.
What do you want to do, Kaeko? Are we sneaky? Are we deceptively walking by, or are we sneaky looking around the corner?
I think we're sneaking. Keiko's pretty dumb. She don't think she would think about passively walking by.
Okay, well, she'll let me down and we'll Scooby-Doo it around the corner. Roll for stealth.
Roll for stealth, please.
All right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm doing so bad.
That's okay. I appreciate you anyway.
I have a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
That's an 8.
Okay. So, as you look down, the door opens, and you'll just hear... Do you have what I'm asking for? You've brought it? Yes. 4 vials. Very venomous. Able to kill a man easily. And Sabina, you're going to lean forward, and you're going to... What'd you roll?
8.
Okay, an 8, you're going to lean forward, and part of the wall you're grabbing onto is just going to chip away because it's old plaster, and go onto the ground. And the two that are standing at the doorway are going to glance and look at you. Hands of Ord followed you. Fuck off! And the door is going to slam. And your mark is going to turn, look at you, and oh, shit! And is going to take off running down the hall, or down the alleyway opposite you. What do you do?
Run after. Actually,
Okay.
What were you saying, Kaeko?
I was like, who to try and slow him, but I already said running, so
Yeah.
You could try to run in slow if you want to.
I will try and run in slow.
Okay, sounds good. So he's going to double move. So we'll see if this works. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to hurt them more to reroll that 4. Okay, what do I need?
14.
That's going to be a fail.
Sweet.
Sabina, what do you do? So Kaeko is kind of running, waving her wand.
Running after. I think I have a speed of 30, so I think I keep up. But I'm going to run and cast Entangle.
Nice.
As well, so he'll be slow and tangled.
Beautiful. All right.
So he needs to make a strength save.
Do I have disadvantage on this because of slow?
Let me check. 'Cause I know it's Dex related stuff.
Yeah, I don't think
Green
it's
is frozen at the moment, so that's
That's
fine.
okay. You know what? I rolled an 11, so I'm pretty sure that's a fail.
Cool. Yes, 14 is my save. So he does take a... Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. He does take some damage.
Okay.
Wait, I lied. Never mind. He doesn't take damage. It's just difficult terrain. But he's entangled.
All right, sounds good. Suddenly, vines will burst out of the ground, wrapping around his legs as he slowly... What do you do? He is going to turn and kind of look back your direction. Let's get an initiative roll in now. That
Okay.
we're kind of out of running. Okay.
16.
Okay.
I got a, what's my initiative bonus? Sorry, I was refreshing my thing. I got a 14.
14, 16, 14, and he got a 9 plus. Aw. Okay, so Sabina, you're up first. You cast that spell. He's tried to run. He's at the edge of the alleyway, kind of leaning into public space, looking around desperately. There are people like walking their children like in strollers nearby. There's a performer who's juggling, going, "Hello kids, how do you like the juggling? Oh yes, quite nice." There's a fountain going blah 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 in the distance. It's quite lovely. This is very 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 yuppie area. There's like a food truck over there, but it's like all open face sandwiches for like 2 gold a piece. There's like gold leaf in them. All right, Sabina, what do? He's on the edge of the alleyway, kind of going.
She's gonna sort of stand in front of him and watch out the alleyway and go, Kaeko, grab him.
Yep.
Okay. So make me a, if you're gonna do nothing else, go ahead and make me a contested athletics check, Kaeko.
Perfect. I'm trying to find slow if he gets any sort of.
He does count as restrained right now by the entangle.
That's fair.
Whatever that, which I think gives him Dex. I think it's just Dex again.
So restrained, can't benefit from any bonus to its speed, and
Yeah,
Use reactions.
That's it.
Yeah.
I believe can't do reactions.
Yeah,
And
from
disadvantage
mine
on dex
as well.
saves. Oh, and attack rolls have disadvantage. Attack rolls have advantage. I'll consider this grappling to have advantage as well, Kaeko.
Okay, cool. So athletics,
Athletics.
27.
Okay, damn, he got like a 22, which is 21.
Wow.
Double check
Shit.
that. No, he had a 19. Sorry, he doesn't have a bonus.
Still.
But still, it's very
Still.
impressive. He tries to struggle against you, but with your Goliath muscles are going to flex, grab onto him, and what do?
Keiko's going to call to Sabine and be like, rope and gag, he must not cast spells. And she will like try and like pin his arms back and like hold him on, like take him to the ground and kind of like try
Is
and
that a sleight of
muffle him.
hand? Oh, on my
To
next
gag.
turn, I'll sleight of hand.
To gag him, he's restrained. You could do it on your turn. His turn, he's going, help! I'm being kidnapped! He's going to yell, and you're going to hear, halt in the name of Ord! Echo from across the little market kind of area outside. You're inside of an alleyway. You're not sure that they see you, but the several Knights of Ord are going to start heading your direction. They'll be here in not too long. What do? Sabina, it's your turn.
She's gonna jump out and say, "Help, please, help!" and wave down the Ord.
Oh, all right. What do, Keiko?
He has deadly
Keiko-
poison on his person. I think we're
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Keiko's going to like try and tie him up and gag him and just get him ready to present for the hands of Ord and get the poison or not touch anything actually on him. And she's gonna just wait and be like, so sorry about this, but I do believe you are doing some funny business and selling poison.
Hey, what's going on
Not
over here?
Very good. Soldiers, thank you so much.
5 hands of Ord are going to kind of line up near you, give you an appraising look, and sweep off. One of them is going to sweep off their helmet and look at you, and you are going to recognize, one of the soldiers from the moment you teleported into the town. The woman, Boo.
Oh, hello.
Well, look who it is, causing more trouble.
Actually, we're trying to do quite the opposite. We were working for the.
Don't listen to them,
Cobalt
they're
Soul.
accosting me.
This man has snake poison on him.
Well, for now, you should take your hands off of him. Nobody make any funny moves or try to run.
Okay.
All right, Kaeko
Like,
will.
keep your weapons where they are, please.
She doesn't
step
have any
back
weapons
from
out.
him. Yeah, Kaeko doesn't have any weapons out. She just has her hands, so she'll just keep her hands.
This is an absolute misunderstanding. At least on their behalf, they're genuinely accosting me. He'll say, all right, well, we'll talk through this. He says that you've accosted him out of nowhere. You say that he has what on him?
snake venom.
We were instructed to follow him on behalf of the Iwo Zalare. Krista can't say it right.
Yeah.
Iwo Zalare, with the Cobalt Soul. We were instructed to follow him as he is suspected to be a cultist of Zahir. And we have caught him trying to sell poisonous venoms.
Cultist of Zahir? What? I would never. You're carrying a snake with a staff with a snake on its head. That seems kind of.
And you did run from us thinking we were the Hand of Ord.
Yeah.
I ran from you because you were trailing me. I saw you outside of my house. Well, we can settle this nice and easy.
I mean, our friends might be able to help us out too. They were talking.
Everyone
with
empty your pockets right now.
Of course. Keiko will start like undoing.
What do I have? Yeah.
She pulls out some daggers and dice set. You see a nice like D7 set on there. Some leather, a lute. She starts just emptying her bag, rings.
All right.
She takes off everything and yeah.
I prefer not to bow to this type of pressure. Well, I'd like a lot of things, sir, but I comply with the law when it asks me to do things. If you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear,
You
right?
see how we did it? We did it quite promptly. We have nothing to hide.
Is it illegal to have... Damn it. And he'll reach in and, like, slowly pull out a couple of vials of snake venom. Well, it's not necessarily illegal to possess it, but it sounds to me like you were over at a known peddler of, well, noxious substances, and well, selling it certainly is. You know, I'd feel much better if we all went down to the station and talked it out.
Of course. If you have a zone of truth spell, I'm sure he'd be happy to talk. I'd be happy to talk.
I'd be happy to talk.
Then we'll do this down at the station. Nice and easy.
Wonderful.
Thank
Would you like to carry our
for your help.
weapons?
Well, there are 5 of us and there are 3 of you, so how about this? You keep your weapons inside their sheaths, and if they come out, so will ours.
That sounds great.
Perfectly fair.
Once we're inside the station, you'll give them to the guard on duty. But until then, don't cause any trouble. Right now, we're just having a friendly talk.
Of course. Just a friendly talk.
And I think that's a great place for us to take a quick break as you're walked down to the precinct. So, folks, we'll be right back after this quick word from us. Hello, everybody. We're back. All right, so let's jump right back into game. Some time passes, and with your testimonies and with the evidence at hand, it's evening by the time you make it out of the police precinct there in the Sigil district. As you head out the doors, you are going to be doing it alone, the two of you, because Lauren Ophidas, the gentleman who you had been following, is kept inside for further questioning. They definitely have some very big questions to ask. As you head outside, you'll immediately come across your party. The rest of you waiting outside the precinct, having been led there by Dax, who sits outside scratching himself as the sun has descended beyond the horizon. What do you all do?
I think while we were in there too, we would have made a point to ask for question and to be sent for from the Cobalt Soul.
Okay.
Just to ask the Hands of Words because we were working for them and being like,
sounds good.
Further corroborate the words.
So you caught him and figured out he was a cultist? We did too.
Oh, you did? We just saw him sneaking poison.
Thank you so much, officer. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so. Tell the kids I say hi.
Oh. And question will exit with you as well then.
Okay. I guess all's well that ends well, huh?
Was he actually a cultist? Or just a snake man?
Oh, no, he was definitely a cultist. There was a ritual circle, a poison stuff. There were some dead snakes, and
he was definitely consuming poison.
Oh, and the skull.
And this vial.
That's a motif there, really, that whole poison thing. You got a vial?
And he had 3 snakes as well.
Where are the snakes?
Oh, they're dead.
They didn't think to bring their corpses.
You killed did you kill him?
How did you know, Sabina?
Yes.
I knew there was something wrong.
You flinched like that 40, 50
Well, I
minutes?
walked in the room and they were going to bite me. What else was I to do?
Let him.
I can't just say, good day. Let them. No.
Why would you say
But I
good
can't
day
just
to
say,
them? Are they from
"Good day."
the Underdark?
Sorry, I won't hurt you. Oh, I'm not sure, really.
Okay. Well, y'all, I guess,
What? Well, should you guys hand over what you found to question and question can bring it back with the soul?
I don't want any poison skulls. If you
But it's safe in this container.
it's not really
But
my
that's okay.
it's not really my motif. Iwo, Master Iwo will probably wanna speak to you.
Oh. Probably, yes.
That's okay.
Of course.
We can hand it to him.
Is everything alright? Question.
Yeah. I'm just sad about the snakes.
Me too.
We
Well,
smash
they won't
cut.
be used for bad purposes. Oh, sorry.
They won't be used for bad purposes.
Where they are now.
We're gonna smash cut to inside of the Temple of the Mentor. And you're sitting at a conference table with like the skull in front of you and like several of the other accoutrements, the vial and so on that you see in front, just laying on the table as Iwo Zalare kind of paces back and forth.
Perfect.
Oh,
See.
So you called the Hands of Ord, and you revealed that we were tailing this.
You told us that we were meant to hand him over to the hands of Ord.
No, we were meant to hand them over to the hands of Ord. You were meant to get reconnaissance.
And you told us to apprehend him if possible. And we apprehended him and he shouted for the guards. So instead of getting 5-1 and then possibly not believing us and him escaping...
And what's the difference if we hand them in your name or you hand him?
We would have done it quieter, and I would have gone through specific channels. As it stands, I now have a lot to answer to. Several members of the Hand of Ord asking why the Cobalt Soul is enacting vigilante missions without them. However... Kaeko, you can make me a persuasion roll. On your arguing back.
Okay, I would love to.
And Sabina, you are arguing as well, so go ahead and give me a roll yourself as well. Not the help action, but both of you make me persuasion rolls.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
15 plus 9 is 24 for Kaeko.
And Sabina?
14.
14?
Yeah. Oh, I have determination, don't I? Can I use that to make it 17?
You can. So, as you do that, he pauses and... Alright. Be that as it were, you did get it done. There was minimal... Minimal trouble. You did it quietly enough. There was no bloodshed, aside from the snakes.
I'm sorry.
They were snakes. They were trying to bite you. I think you were well within your right to do what you had to do.
Oh, thank you.
And you know, if you think about it, we kind of prevented more deaths by the way we handled it, because he was selling poison, and there was a poison skull. I don't know if that was pointed out again, but that came from a person.
Yes, the poison skull right here
it's
from
middle.
Well, and really,
and we didn't rob him. We left all his money on the couch.
Dorlen.
You need to get used to that, Zanata.
If you look into, if you are taking over his apartment, well, I mean, we've brought you funding.
Unfortunately, the Hands of Ord will be taking that off of our hands. However, you did find a skull. As far as we understand, he was a disgraced member. Well, the skull and his staff will probably end up in our care. He's a disgraced Zahirist cultist. This, he points at the skull, is a halfling. A particularly dangerous one that we believe owned that staff before this cultist. If I'm not mistaken, and our intel is correctly, that's Jacqueline Goldstream. Or it was. Poor bastard probably didn't know what hit him. Well, you've succeeded.
What was it? Jacqueline Goldstream?
Yeah, some silly halfling name like that. They come down from the fjords of Lang.
I was...
Oh.
It's a Canadian joke, guys. You wouldn't get it.
I'm a Canadian. I don't understand it.
There's
You'll get it.
there's streets in a city next door to us. Don't worry about
Lang's Fjords.
Ah, yeah.
Jacqueline Goldstream, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
I needed a halfling name, and you just use Canadian street names. It's the same thing.
Hey, that's a good tactic.
It really works.
It worked.
Yeah.
It's like my last character, Fernwood, right? It happens.
Hey, I built an entire world based on the malls in Victoria being magic sites, so
you might as well. Well, the question was right to put question was right to put their faith in you, and I suppose that I should in the future. You'll be called upon in a few days' time. Here, in the meanwhile, hold on to this. And he'll set a sending stone on the table.
Oh. What's that?
I will use it to call upon you. It's a sending stone.
Oh.
Don't
See,
call
I got
me,
just
I'll call
confused.
you.
It was okay. I thought it was just a pretty rock, and I was gonna be like, "That's a very nice rock." But what?
It is a pretty cool rock.
It is also a pretty cool rock. Yes.
Sabina will reach across and grab it and slide it in front of Zarya.
Smart.
All right. So take it and plop it in her bag.
Echoes of Valor, spy mission complete.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think
we
that
actually
well,
did
actually.
it pretty stealthily.
Yes.
It was really hard.
Yes, we did a very good job in the end.
Well, that's enough. That's enough from me for the day. Good job.
Sabina looks at Zanata being like, with an eye of, you did that, didn't you? You did all the hard work.
Well. Be well.
She'll
Grab
glance calmly at the corner eye at you as well.
Grab some coffee by the front door on your way out if you'd like, but besides that, be pleased and have a good night. I'm going back to
Be
my
pleased.
research. Be
Do you have
pleased.
any donuts?
Donuts?
Yes, coffee and donuts.
I have bagels.
Those are like chewy donuts.
Yeah, they're like dense donuts.
I think we might have some almonds. Question,
I
do
was
we
just
have any
wondering about-
almonds?
I could check by the front. We usually have. I mean, they're usually ever since the allergies, we kind of have.
That's fair. A lot of people have allergies to tree nuts around here. You can buy some roasted nuts in the bazaar nearby.
Alright, I was just wondering if you had complimentary like pastries and coffee, but no, it's alright.
We have bagels. And they're not
Yes.
complimentary. You'd have to be a member. I'm offering coffee because it's the end of the night and it's going to go stale otherwise, and I prefer it not go to waste. If you don't want the coffee, you don't have to have the coffee.
No, I would love the coffee. Thank you so much. You're so kind and very smart.
It's Arabica. You should definitely like it. It's good coffee.
Master Solari,
Yes.
I'm sorry to bother you with more questions, but if we become members of the Cobalt Soul...
Yes, you'll get the bagels.
No, it's not about... I was wondering if we get to read the books.
Oh, you could read the books right now.
Really?
Any of the tomes that are in public space, yes. And although I would prefer that you deal with the librarians of anything that is a bit older, do not drink the coffee while reading the books. We keep food and drink separate.
Yes.
But yes, anything in the common area you should be allowed to partake of. Librarians, yes.
Information is like freely accessible. And learning? You don't have to pay to go to school?
It is a little more complicated than that if you wish to go to regular school, but learning here, you are allowed to be autodidactic, self-taught inside of this space.
Sabina, what are you looking to learn? You know I was a professor.
Well, I didn't want to bother you. I just
A
figured
professor?
I'd learn myself.
Where-
Yes, he's a very good one.
Ex-professor.
I see. And where were you a professor? Mr. Wildrock. Professor Wildrock.
Why don't we, Sabina, what do you want to learn about?
Oh, anything. Dorlen, if you teach me, does that make you a professor again?
Yes, I
What was
think.
your
Wonderful.
specialty, Mr. Wildrock? Professor Wildrock.
He always introduces himself as ex-professor.
He'll reach in and to his bag and pull out a book. He's like, I was kind of working on teaching this, and he'll hand over a big book that he wrote, and it's all about basically like his armor suit and stuff like that, like different random devices and techno-magical kind of things that he was trying to he had some theories and was actually starting to try and teach people how to be armorers.
Arcane engineer. I see. Might I read this?
That's an original.
You're right, it's your copy. Here, and he'll hand it back.
Do you have scribes? Perhaps you could copy it.
That would be okay, though they might not understand my shorthand.
Perhaps we'll do that the next time you come through, Professor Wildrock.
Sabina will go over and like pull on Dorlen's. I guess it actually doesn't have to pull on Dorlen's shoulder because they're pretty close in height. But kind of look up at him and go, Dorlen, would you teach me how to read some of the bigger words?
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. Is there any particular subject you want? Most libraries are actually put together, and he'll just start like wandering off towards the library with Sabina and like going off about like how they're organized in libraries, and it's like it's quite a logical system. They actually use like alphabetical. Well, actually, I wonder if they have different variation of common, and he'll just like keep going on and as he wanders off with Sabina.
Books are so boring. Okay, so you have the nerds, and you have the nerds that dig up stuff, and you have the weird nerds that are studying weird magic thingies. Do you have any fighty people? I really want to punch someone. Like fighting. Do you have any people that combat, punch?
Do we have any people that do combat?
No, well, I mean, yes, but also like in the city. There's like the Cobalt Soul, the Hands of Old, or the Skaar werebears do anything.
The Skaar bears. They're not werebear to my knowledge.
But they might be.
I do not believe that most of them are, at least. I would suggest that if you're looking to go fight someone, perhaps you go to the Bowl of Judgment. It's in the Sandherald district.
Bowl of Judgment.
Yes. You actually walked by it not that long ago. Is when that old dude tried to flirt with you.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember that.
Oh, Dorlen was looking at the ships and everything like that.
Oh.
And in the meanwhile, I must return to my studies.
Oh, would you like this coffee? Kaeko will hold out the stale coffee that's probably gone a bit cold.
I'll be all right. Good work. Don't lose that stone. It's worth a pretty pittance.
Oh, thank you. I won't lose it. Be pleased with your research.
Be pleased with your night off.
Thank you.
And he will leave you alone in this little conference area. It's a pretty casual little space, but what's up, Kaeko?
I was gonna say she's gonna turn to the group and be like, "So we just keep doing jobs for different other people for free to be brought into the membership of the thing, but we have 3 places we're going for. Did we want to choose one, or?"
We probably should choose one, but we have to find them first to get them back to the group. I thought if we got like a vibe,
so how
we
long are
could
you
decide.
all planning to be in Ank'Harel?
Hard to say. We're looking for some information, and once we find the location, we may be going other places. So it's kind of up in the air, as they would say.
Right. Well, I guess let me know. I'm still at loose ends currently, so I don't mind helping Bodhi out, but...
Perfect. We will definitely let you know.
With that, where do you spend the rest of your night? Do you head back to your place at the Step Aside?
Oh, right, that was the name of it.
Can Sabina come back with a giant stack of books that the librarian is letting her take, and they're like bestiaries and stuff like that?
You're not able to check things out. You got to read them inside, unfortunately.
There isn't a checkout process?
There is not a checkout process that I know of. They were very anal about that during Critical Role Campaign 3.
Do they have a children's book section?
Absolutely. They have a children's book and a short people's section.
Oh
which
my goodness.
are the same thing, it's just like better shelving.
Bigger pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. She will probably want to stay as late as she can if Dorlen will stay with her and
Oh, absolutely.
help her read.
Oh, absolutely. He will. He's just like, oh, and we can go over here. And Dorlen's like background's actually a scholar, so he navigates through this library like almost as well as the librarians here. So it's like, oh, over here, and oh yeah, you're interested in that. That actually gets really more interesting if you look over in here. I'm sure we could find another 5 or 6 books on it. And
Zanata, you look like the fighting type. Have you gone into this bowl of judgment before?
Yeah, it's run by the Skaar bearers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do they allow guests?
Yeah.
I don't
Anybody
see
who
why
wants to
not.
can pay 20 gold to sign up to compete.
Woo!
Do you want to go accompany me? I want to punch something.
Yeah, I can walk you over. It's 20 gold to compete. Just so you're aware.
I've got some gold saved
Which I
up.
believe is several rounds, so lots of things to punch.
Okay, I could do that. If they're going to be bookworms, good for them. I might learn to read eventually, but not tonight. But I wouldn't mind punching something. I'm good
That's
at that, and I've gained a new kind of anger from my friend dying, and you just kind of let it out and really embrace that part of me I found.
Their reaction to the loss of a friend.
Yeah, I just want to break things.
I could be there to patch you up if you'd like.
Oh yes, if you want to come, Zarya, that would be lovely. To have, a cleric on hand is probably always a good option.
All right, and with that, you'll head out into the night, going to go and have a little bit of an adventure over at the Bowl of Judgment, while Dorlen and Sabina read and spend a night in quite a bit of knowledgeable bliss. Meanwhile, as that happens, we cut upstairs into the chamber of the Cobalt Soul, where Master Iwo Zalare knocks on a side room door. One of the Cobalt Soul monks, dressed in darker colors, answers. How can I help you, sir? I want you to pull some information. I'd like to know everything that you could gain on one Professor Dorlen Wildrock. I believe he's probably from Gnomish lands. Start your search there. Anywhere where engineering is taught. That should narrow the search down considerably. Yes. Make haste. I'm not going to get into bed with someone unless I know everything about them. And with that, I think we're going to fade out. I think that's a good place to call game for the night, actually.
Nice.
So a little shorter tonight because I know a couple of you aren't feeling well, and this is a good little side mission. And this way we can get geared up to come back next week after Extra Life. So, folks, thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you had fun. Did you guys have fun with this? You caught a cultist.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, yes. Just still, oh no.
Quick reminder that you did get another mission offer earlier from
Prolix, right?
From Prolix, yeah. He offered you the second mission of the Allegiance.
Oh no, that's why
How
Kaeko was talking about hinting at trying to choose something, because we're all doing these like beginner missions, and she's like, "Okay, what's the one?"
This is true.
How many days has it been since
It's been about,
Aloysia?
it's been 1 day. That was yesterday.
Okay, and we had 4 days?
I think it was 2.
2 days?
Yeah, you had.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. So you have. So this is the night of that. So that was this morning that you found her.
Got it. Okay,
It's been
so
a
is this
busy
morning...
day. It's been a busy day.
And then so not tomorrow, but the next day is when we're meeting her.
Absolutely. So you've got another day, so you can go do this other thing and then still go back and figure that stuff out. Okay. So folks, I think we're going to call an early game here. Thank you so much for tuning in. A big shout out to all of our supporters on Patreon. In particular, I need to shout out a couple people real quick before we progress. The first is going to be, of course, our world builder Shulton, as well as my divine producer DM Michael Gray, my demonic producers Soul Omen and Precarious, and my princes of the Patreon, the Traveler, Taryn, Buddy, Trizelta, Cubby Gummy, Aeolus, and Amberthist. Y'all are amazing, and you help everything that we do happen. Also, quick reminder that tomorrow night we're going to be back with Spelljammer Session 0 at 6 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to come and watch it then. If you can't catch it live, it will be up on YouTube within the the usual 48, and we would love to see you there. Anything else, folks, you want to mention?
Extra life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So be sure.
All the extra life.
So be sure to join us. We're running from noon on Friday Pacific time until 1:30 in the morning, and then 8 a.m. to 1 the following night, and then 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m.-ish the next day. So it's going to be a lot of fun here on Dork Tales, and of course all the funds that we're raising for that go to the BC Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network as a whole. So come play, watch us play games, influence the plot with your donations, make weird stuff happen, and help sick kids. It's win. It's so many wins.
Yes, so many wins.
Where's Win? Where's she doing it?
Where Win?
Well, I mean, she's not here, that's for sure.
You get bit by a
Wrong
southern
hair
belle.
color for one.
Under the moonlight, you turn into a bell.
Exactly.
So, folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.